Figure it out, let's talk about it. No way. Nowhere, nowhere, nowhere,
We are back on another Wednesday night with the Nuevo Show. I am your host, of course, Miss Nuevo, and tonight we have a special treat for you guys. We are going to talk about the real estate tonight, guys, and how you can get a house. You hear me? A house. But I have one of the best in the ATL here with me, Miss Dana.
Hi.
Hi, Miss Dana.
How's it going, everyone?
So, Miss Dana, tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, your full name, your address, your date of birth, your blood type. No, I'm just
Oh
joking.
my gosh, yes, that is like way.
I'm just joking, guys. But no, just tell us a little bit about who you work for and what all you do, because you're not just a real estate agent.
No, I'm not just a real estate agent. Well, first I work for Max. Well, I hang my license with Maximum One Realtor Partners. I am a real estate agent as well as a real estate developer, as well as a project manager for builders, Samkins Construction, as well as, oh my gosh.
Keep going, keep going. Oh wait, I was getting ready to write down me something because this sounds like a whole resume over here. Well, hold
Oh
on,
my
book.
God, yeah, like seriously. So I guess we can start off by talking about when I began
Sure.
selling real estate. Okay, so I've always wanted to be a real estate investor.
Okay.
Um, so I'm originally from Detroit, Michigan. Okay, so I've been here in Georgia, in Atlanta for since like 2015.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and so when I got here, I'm like, okay, I want to invest, but I don't really know the areas.
Right.
I don't know how to invest, and I
Right.
don't want to lose my money.
Of course.
Because
Who wants
no
to lose
one
their
wants
money?
to lose
We're
their money. Never.
not losing no money.
Okay, so I started selling real estate. I became an agent, and actually I fell in love. Before I was an agent, I was a teacher.
Oh, I can see that. I can see that because I remember you're my agent too. But I remember when I first met you, how you were breaking everything down to me, and I should have caught on to that at that time. You were like, "This is how it goes," and doesn't that? I'm like, "Okay, yes, ma'am." I felt like I should raise my hand.
And it's funny because like teaching it wasn't my passion. They
Right.
say like most new teachers like kind of
Right.
burn out within the first 5 years.
Right.
So I don't think I made like 5 years before I burned out, but I burned out.
Right.
And, that little engine was like clocking, trying to keep
no,
going.
this is not
Right.
it.
Yeah, it's not. So then it just died out.
Right.
Yeah, completely. And so how sometimes you think like, well, that was just a waste of my time, or
Right.
just
You're
a little
just
waste
filling
of
it out.
space.
Yeah, trying to.
Right. Well, obviously, especially based on your assessment, that I gained some skills that I would
Yes.
take with me
Uh-huh.
for my true purpose.
Right.
Because how sometimes they say that when you have a job or when it's something that you can do without getting paid,
Right.
this
Right.
is something that I love. Real estate
Right.
is
You
what
jump
I
out
love.
of you jump out of bed in the morning, like running, brushing your
Girl,
teeth, like
what?
looking at oh my
Yes.
God, who do I have on my list today?
Exactly. Like, what do I have to do? Like, what's
Right.
going on my
Exactly.
job site?
Exactly.
Like, just everything.
Right.
Like, everything about it is me.
Right.
So, getting back to when I started selling real estate, so I began my first brokerage that I hung my license was Remax Advantage.
All right.
And that's where I learned I was selling everywhere. Okay, I don't care. I was in St. Simon Island selling. I was in Savannah selling.
Right.
I didn't care.
Oh, see,
I was selling everywhere because I wanted to learn Georgia. I wanted to learn everything that I could about real estate.
Right.
And so then, as time progressed, that's when I got into investing.
Okay.
And then I teamed up with Sampkins Construction and became project manager. So at this point in time, I'm actually building. I have a few projects going on in Forsyth, Georgia. They'll be on the market soon.
And to all you available bachelors, she is single. We're going to talk about that later. She is single. You ain't never seen one like this one before, besides the one beside her, I'm just saying. But anyhow, so you not only go out here and get people in homes, you invest and you help
I build homes.
build homes. Wow.
Absolutely.
Awesome. So, with that being said, tell us how we can, well, I'm going to actually say that for last. Well, no, maybe I should say it now. Tell us how we can get in contact with you, because I really want to share with you guys, this lady is a beast. And when I say she's a beast, I'm going to give you my own experience with working with her. Tell us how we can reach you.
I can be reached. My phone number is 770-500-8422. Just give me a buzz. You could also email me at danabutler32@gmail.com.
Okay, and that number one more time.
770-500-8422. Email Dana, D-A-N-A, Butler, 32@gmail.com. And my brokerage is Maximum One Realtor Partners.
Okay, so I want to tell you guys a little bit about my experience and why I have her on the show today. So I have dealt with quite a few realtors. For you guys that don't know, I have an investment property in Florida as well. But this lady, when I say it's go time, she's already gone before I can even get to. I remember my first experience with her was, hey, this is a property I like, and pretty much that's pretty much all I said. And she was like, can you be there at such time in a few hours? I'm like, what? I like her. I was like, I've never seen anybody move that quick before. And then she's driving. How far did you drive that day?
Oh, gosh.
You drove for like an hour?
From Stockbridge?
She drove for like an hour. And she was the same day, guys. I mean, I was like, where were you when I first was looking for a house and I missed the one that I really wanted? I was in there fussing myself out, but she is on it. I mean, I've never seen anybody so enthused about about really getting you where you need to be in your own home, and really getting you out there to see, to really see the product that you're bidding against the whole world for in Atlanta, because everything is going so fast. And that's another thing I wanted to talk to you about as well. With the prices of the houses. I mean, just months ago, houses were like $500,000 where you normally could buy it for like $300,000, and it's just like fluctuating. So what do you think is going on right now with all that? Do you think it's going to stay for a while at the price that maybe at a good, because right now it's pretty good, I would say. Mm-hmm. Or do you think it's going to drop a little bit more? Or do you think it's about to?
So I wouldn't say that the prices, that home prices are going to go up right now.
Okay.
But what I would say is that they're pretty much going to stay stable. You may see some, fluctuate, but for the most part, they will stay, pretty stable, because what I'm noticing, the trend that's going on, is especially when it's something like really nice, comes on the market, hits the market, because our inventory is still low. Right. That's another thing that inspired me to build from the ground up, because when you don't have inventory, you have to make inventory.
Exactly.
So I'm going to be a change maker.
Yeah.
And so with that being said, what I do see in the market, like I said, still low inventory, and you still have multiple offers going on on these homes. It's just not as bad as it was previously, and the reason for that is because the interest rates has gone up, so that kind of like kicked some buyers out of the out of that price range. So now they're in the lower price range competing versus everyone here. So whereas you may have had a home on the market that you wanted to bid on, and it was like maybe, or you put an offer on and it was like maybe a couple of months ago it was maybe 20 other offers.
Right.
Right now, you might have 5.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
And
So you're
supply and
not-
demand is crazy right now.
Exactly.
I know that you know, when I first moved here, and I'm actually still in an apartment now looking for my house, but whenever I first moved here, rent was maybe like 1,500 or whatever. And now they're saying, oh, okay, when it's time to renew your lease, it's going to be like 2,000 and something. I said, oh no, I will not be renewing my lease. I will be buying a house. Thank you. Come again. And yeah, it's like rent is more expensive than a mortgage.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
crazy. So I know that a lot of people out here want to know some of the steps on how to actually get a mortgage. What should they be? Maybe over. It is something that we can talk about. I don't know if I can overstep my.
Go.
But
Yes.
some of the things that a lot of people don't know where to start. And personally, I would say start at pulling your credit report.
Exactly.
But help me out here.
So this is what I tell a lot of people. Some people, they know everybody, and I don't think I'm reaching, but everyone, wants to own a home.
Exactly.
Okay, and so, some people, they, wake up and say, hey, I think I want to, apply for a loan.
Right.
And then they go and they apply for, try to
Yeah.
apply for a loan.
Right.
And then they get surprises popped up.
Yeah.
So what I always tell people is that it doesn't matter if you are looking to buy in 2 years or if you are
Looking
you
to
feel
buy in
like
a few months.
In a few months
Right.
or next year. Always, I really stress.
Prepare yourself.
Please talk to a lender.
Right.
It doesn't hurt you to talk to a lender because
Right.
you need to know where you are financially.
Right.
Because it can be something that you think right now will be holding you back. Like I've seen where someone had a repo on their credit report and they thought that they couldn't get approved for
Yeah.
a loan because
Yeah.
of this repo.
Yeah.
And they would have to wait. Well, after being encouraged to actually speak to a lender, they found out that, as long as I don't touch that,
Right.
and I move,
Yeah,
pay a few
yeah. There's
things,
a way
other
to.
things
There's
off.
other ways around.
Exactly,
And a lot of people do
lender
give
will know.
up. I will say a lot of people do give up whenever they see something on their credit report. Say, "Oh my God," or "My credit score is too low." But see, one thing about it's educating yourself on what to do and what not to do. I know that one of the things was whenever I met with my lenders, like don't go out and buy anything new. Don't add anything extra. A new credit card. Don't go buy a new car. So that's the type of lender that you need to pair yourself with. If you feel uncomfortable with your lender, and don't stop at just one lender and they deny you and say we can't do it. Don't do that, because I know that I got discouraged when I first got here, and when I first got to the point, not first got here, but when I got to the point where I wanted to buy a house, I was paired with somebody referred me over to a lender, and they were like, "Oh no, this is all you're going to be able to do, and that's it." And I was like, "No," and I started doing my own research, and then I started working on different things in my credit, and what I found out is that all I needed to do is, I worked on my own credit for like 3 months, and when I did that, it actually boosts my credit score up. And there's tricks of the trade that you can do as well as, maybe I call it riding someone else's credit, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But there's tricks that you can, do, and things that you can maneuver around to actually get your credit score where it needs to be. That's just part of of the process, because you have the debt to income ratio. A lot of people don't know about that. Could you tell us a little bit about debt to income ratio?
Well, debt to income ratio is a big thing. It's a big driving factor. It actually determines if you get approved
How
for
much?
a loan, how much you get approved for,
How much of a house you can get?
how much of a house you can get. So, a person you can maybe make $35,000 a year and not have like a lot of bills. Your debt is low,
Right.
and you can get approved for more than what someone who's making $70,000, but
Right.
they have a lot of debt. So
Right.
that's the debt to income ratio is basically how much you make, how much you bring in a month, compared to how much you spend on debt.
Right, and then and that's another thing too. Even with that said, you could make a whole lot of money and say, "Oh, I could just buy this house with cash," and then your credit score could be shot. You know what I'm saying? It could be multiple things that could like throw you,
It is.
for a loop. It's a lot of things that go into the home buying process. So it's just not credit; it's debt to income ratio. It's what else would it be?
Oh, well, it can also be things like student loans.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You know,
Yep.
if your student loans are in default, and
Oh, yeah.
you know, FHA have a clause in it, whereas you have to bring it out of default and make payments for 3 months.
Right.
And well, if you found a home that you really, really love,
Yeah,
and,
3 months, it's gonna be gone.
and you're offering it to, oh,
Oh
it's
yeah,
gone
it's
tomorrow.
gone. Right. And see, and oh yeah, that's
Seriously.
another thing too. Talking about the different types of homes, you have the FHA, which is the first time homeowners program, and then you have the VA loans, which is for the veterans and spouses. And then what other loans is it? I know there's more.
So you have FHA is a government-backed program.
Okay,
So it's not really just the
first time for
yeah.
any. I mean,
Well, they
you have to
first
be
time-
in a certain income bracket to get that. I don't know.
No, you don't.
You don't.
No,
Okay,
you
I don't know.
have to be in a certain income bracket. That's actually the most popular.
Really?
Loan. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the most popular loans is the FHA loan. The VA, you correct, it is for veterans. But then they also have USDA.
Okay, yeah.
USDA is another government loan program, government-backed loan program, but it's only for rural areas. So of course Atlanta, well, you know, wouldn't qualify. It's city.
Right.
Some of the areas in Georgia that qualify, some of the metro Atlanta areas would be like Hampton, Georgia.
Okay.
That would qualify for USDA. USDA is 100% down payment.
Okay.
Well, it's 100% loan, so you don't have to have a down payment.
Yeah.
Okay, but in this market, you also have closing costs now.
Right.
Because pre-pandemic,
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
Yes.
This just in.
pandemic, you know, I was able to, for my buyers, I was able to negotiate
With the
the
closing,
seller,
yeah.
you know, contributing to
Closing costs. Yeah.
Well, oh my goodness.
Not now.
Not
No, they
anymore,
feel
no.
entitled to the closing costs.
Exactly.
You will pay the closing costs, people, if you're buying a house.
Absolutely.
Because that was one of my big questions. I remember I asked you, and I was like, can you ask them, can you roll it in the loan? Can you do something with it? I don't want to pay it. But yeah, it's like, no. So it's more like the seller's market now. Yeah, the sellers have the upper hand. And I would say too, I think the government, I'm not sure, maybe I'm overstepping, but I think I saw something where the government is kind of trying to put a halt on investors that's trying to buy up all the properties and let let some of us little people get some properties. Come on now. Don't buy up all the properties, dude. We need somewhere to live. I know you want to take the properties and you want to rent them out, but come on. Come on.
It's Wall Street. Wall Street is buying like everything.
I know. It's like I can't even. It's like before you can even step up in the house, an investor's already got their hand on it. Like, you know, I got it before you did. So,
Cash.
yeah, cash, yeah. But yeah, but there are, you know, I would say, what would you say to buyers that's out here looking for houses now? I know you told me at one time, just, you know. Well, maybe that wasn't you. Maybe that was somebody else I was dealing with. But just be patient. You probably won't get the first one you put your hand on or whatever else.
That was
because
probably me.
yeah, okay. Look, I can't remember, girl. I've been looking.
Yes, that's
But
always.
yeah.
I mean, because you have to be patient, and
Yeah.
then you also have to, you know, realize what's for you is for you.
Right.
And if you didn't get that one, it's just that wasn't for you. Something better.
But I really wanted that last one.
I
Ooh,
know.
I really.
But wait until you get what's coming.
I
to
really
you.
wanted it, y'all.
You're gonna look at me and you're gonna say, "I'm glad I didn't get that other one." You know how many
Right,
times
right.
I hear that?
Really?
Oh my gosh! Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, I believe you
So
now.
you'll be fine. You'll be
I'm gonna be fine, y'all. I'm gonna write my tears.
It's like, you know what? It's like dating, okay?
Oh Lord, we got.
Yeah.
Oh, we got. That's our next.
I don't want to like, you know.
Yeah, no,
move us along,
let's
but-
move us along. Yeah, let's
Yeah.
move us along because we want to talk about relationships. I know.
Okay. So we're talking about real estate, then we jump from
Yeah,
real
we
estate
got,
to
we got,
relationship.
yeah, we got to jump out. Yeah,
Yes, okay.
yeah, because I want to know why do you think? Okay, yeah, let's switch gears. I'm looking like this because I was listening to you talk about everything that you do,
Okay.
and you know, how you have all these degrees because you're super smart and you're super cute.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm like, why is she still single? Why am I what's going on here? Well, actually, I just started kind of dating somebody, but anyway. Um, but why do you think going on with the dating world today? I just think it's to me it's kind of screwed because I'm looking at the old school dating versus the new school dating, and I just can't get with these. I'm gonna text you all day, and this is what I call dating. I don't get that because I'm used to bring me flowers, pick me up for a date. We go out, we have a nice time, especially if this is somebody. I hear a lot of people say that, well, I'm not sure if this is gonna last. How are you? You're not putting in any type of work to make it last. So, why are you here? You know, just what is your motive here, buddy? So, what do you think about what's going on nowadays?
Oh my gosh, I think that it's so many other forces driving people's behavior nowadays.
Yeah.
You got Instagram.
Oh God.
You have reality shows.
Unrealistic.
You have.
I'm gonna keep doing that.
You have. I mean, I'm just go
Yeah,
ahead.
no,
I mean, 'cause
seriously.
it's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like all of these outside factors, you know, and then you have like I'm not gonna even lie, and then I'm not trying to even be funny, but you have like a world of people who they're not real.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's not even look. No, let's dig deep in that because all these filters. I had a guy tell me one time because I'm kind of for you guys that don't know, I am a military brat. I'm bougie, but then I have a tomboy side of me, so I have a lot of friends and stuff that I talk to on a daily basis. But so anyhow. Oh, we need to go on a break, guys. I do apologize. We're going to pick that up when we come right back, okay? We'll be back with the Nuevo Show. And we are back with the Nuevo Show. And before we left the golden break, we were talking about relationships. And I can't remember, where did we leave off at? We were talking about
We were talking about how people
Oh,
are
fake.
unreal. Yeah, very fake.
Instagram. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And oh yeah. So I was telling you about this guy had told me that he went on this date. Well, he was going on a blind date, but it wasn't a blind date because he saw pictures on Instagram. I said, oh, okay, she looked pretty nice or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna, he was maybe in his 50s or whatever. And the lady, she was like maybe 56-ish. So they decided to meet at this restaurant or something like that. And she said that what color she would have on and everything. And she kind of described what she was going to look like. He's like all excited and everything. So he's inside Just keep in mind, it was one way in, one way out, folks. She gets out of the car in like this 1965 hatchback. She's got one of them old grandma weave purses. You know, the basket
The
weave.
basket weave?
Yes. She gets out of the car. He said it looked like she had a prom dress on. With a croissant. And her face looked like it did in the picture, but it was like wrinkled all over. Like it was like sagging skin, everything. Just, but you know how you have the filters to make it look like it's snatched, you know, your face. He said, "Oh my God, if I could have ran," he said, "I would have," but I had already told her what I had on and whatever, so he had to endure the whole date. Like, you know what I'm saying? I said, I'm sorry, I would have probably had to leave. I was like, you know, I'm sorry, my children's calling or something. I don't know, my dog is sick. I gotta go. So I'm like, what? I understand that, you know, people want the whole look and they want to do, you know, portray what's going on out here, but I don't understand why people, how they're gonna keep up that facade. Like if you're dating somebody for a long time, you can't go to sleep and make up and wake up and make up. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to take that junk off, and then you're gonna look like a hot mess at some point, right? So I don't understand why people are doing, you know, so much to try to keep up with, like my grandma used to say, keep up with the Jones. You know,
Absolutely.
it's crazy.
I mean, I just feel like be yourself.
Yeah.
Be yourself. Why do I have, you know, I went on a date with someone and right, so he said, well, tell me something about yourself. And I'm looking like, tell me about you. That's what he said. No. Why? Why do I need to tell you about me?
Oh, you're so rude.
I'm just saying.
What?
Like, seriously,
What do
somebody gonna ask, because, you know
You're
what?
supposed. I mean, he's trying to break the ice now.
Because I just feel like you're gonna tell me what you, if I ask you about you, you're gonna tell me what you think I wanna hear.
That's
You
not
gotta
true.
paint a-
See,
you
okay,
gotta
you
paint a
already
pretty
going.
picture.
No,
Yeah.
see. The thing is, you're already going there with preconceived ideas. See,
I
and
guess.
let me tell you something. That's a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody has a trigger. Now, what can you say that bothered? That obviously like really bothered you. So, can you tell me if there was something that somebody did to you back in the day that made you feel like, ugh, you know what I mean, just like that? Because that I could see that in your face. You was like, rawr. I'm seriously, you was just like,
And it's
rawr.
just that, I mean, I guess it's just because it's so many, like I said, so many people put up fake. to me,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
And I just like, seriously, at this point in my life, it's like, I just be you.
Well,
Just approach me like who you are.
Okay, so-
don't, you know, I just rather take the time to get to know you.
So
because
he was trying to get to know you.
No,
He just wanted to know about you.
you can't tell me a whole lot about yourself in one day.
But he just wanted to break the ice. How do you know if he wasn't nervous that was an icebreaker?
No, talk to me about something else. I can figure it out from here.
Okay, then what did you do to engage the conversation then?
Well, we talked about something else. I told him a little bit, and then we talked about something else.
Why is that such a sore spot with you?
Because, I mean, it's not really like a sore spot with me.
Yeah.
I just feel like, you know, you get to know people authentically just by just normal conversations.
Okay.
Like, you know, just not
What if
the
it-
conversation, not like the resume type conversation.
Well, maybe he thought that was an
that makes
icebreaker because see, okay, you gotta understand, like people grew up totally different. You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I always say this. I always try to look at things from the other end of the stick, like versus my own.
Okay.
Like maybe that was his nervous glitch where he just had to say something just to talk. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I don't like that either. I don't care. I don't care. I just don't ask you that. I'm just saying,
Yeah,
you know.
yeah.
So you never,
reasonable.
you never know, you know. So you just give a man a little bit, give him an inch. He ain't gonna run a mile. Yeah, he gonna run a mile. Stretch it out.
That's reasonable.
But I know that, like older days, we didn't have these cell phones, we didn't have all this stuff, and we actually took out the time to have a full-fledged conversation. What I don't ever see anyone bring anybody flowers anymore. I even heard a guy tell me that was a waste of time, with bringing flowers. So I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, they're gonna die. I'm like, but I like flowers. That's my love language. Bring me flowers. And he's like, I just think they're gonna die, and that's just a waste of time. I'm like, but that's what you think, you know? That's not. You have to learn to like what the other person. That's what dating is, you know. I know you like, you know, fast cars, whatever else. So when your birthday come around, I'm, you know, gonna get some tickets to NASCAR, whatever, you know. But I'm not gonna say, well, I don't want to go to NASCAR because I don't like watch fast cars. I don't want to do that, you know. So that's what people are missing. It's like we don't really talk to each other anymore as is because of the cell phones, because of social media, because, you know, everybody's racing, don't have time for anything. And then because of the pandemic, we were all in the house at one point and we didn't, you know, could not talk to anybody. So now I feel like that people are losing their ability to communicate effectively.
I agree. Like totally. You know, again, going back to what I was saying.
She gonna drill it, y'all.
Yeah,
She gonna drill
I don't want you to
it.
get I don't want everyone to get the wrong, impression of
Oh,
what
no,
I was
no,
saying.
no, totally. No, I
You know,
got you.
because basically what I was saying, I wasn't, what I was trying to say is that, you just learn more about a person just by, just normal interaction with
Right.
them. I just really prefer normal interaction. Like, I want to see how you react when you're upset about something or how you react a lot. It tells me a lot about you, how you react with other people,
Right.
your interaction with other people, in various situations, just same with me. You can
Right.
tell a lot about me by the way that I interact with you.
Right.
You get it? So basically that's what I was trying to say versus me sitting giving you the whole spiel. Oh, well, I like flowers and I like to go on dates and I like to,
Yeah. Well, I mean, maybe I don't know.
I
Yeah.
I just don't think I guess it's just the question that's so broad. Like, well, what do you do? Tell me, talk about you. Like, I don't just ask me something. Well, what do you do for a living? Just
What do
ask
you do?
that. Yeah.
Oh my Lord
just,
Jesus.
yes, that's what I was
Well,
saying.
folks, if you go on a date with her, you better ask her something. You hear me? Ask her something. The number's down at the bottom of the screen, guys, if you want to call in and ask any questions or if you have anything to say about relationships or what we're talking about, the topic tonight is relationships, the old school versus new school. And so you know what, this is something that I want to talk about too. Dating in Atlanta, no. Just no. Just no. I just, when I moved here 2 years ago, I was like, Atlanta's nice. It's the place where, everybody's, upscale, whatever. Yeah.
It's the black metropolis of the South.
There you go. Yeah. And, people here have their degrees. They're working up, they're high class, they're upper class, middle class. You don't hardly see any type of ghetto activity here too much unless you're downtown Atlanta. But so it's like, oh, yeah, this is going to be good. I'm going to meet somebody nice, buy a house, live happily ever after. Oh,
So it didn't happen that way.
No. It's too much going on here. It is. It seemed like to me, it's like the party city to me. I wouldn't say it reminds me of Tallahassee, Florida. God, that's even worse. But I would say, if anyone dated here, it wouldn't be serious because it seems like everybody is just like hit and run, like, oh my God, no, okay, let me stop here and see if they're good for me. If the energy is high, the energy is not going to always be high, people, okay? The energy is not going to always be great. So you're going to have some up days, down days, and that is what a relationship is built out of, ups and downs. You're going to have to go through that kind of stuff. If not, if you can't endure that, then you might as well not be in a relationship. But it's very hard to find a stable relationship in Atlanta. I just don't see it happening. I don't. It's terrible here.
I just think that you have a lot of people who really need to. Well, first of all, if you don't, a lot of people don't know themselves.
That is true.
So how can you have an authentic relationship with someone if you don't get to know yourself?
And you don't have an authentic relationship with yourself. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And some people are like from relationship to relationship.
Relationship.
Well,
Yeah.
when do you take the time to be by yourself?
Yeah, and not just that. When do you have time to heal from the bad relationship that you were
Exactly.
in? Because so many people they'll jump in and they'll say, "Well, I got to go to the next one to get over the last one." No, you don't. Please don't do that because you're gonna wind up scarring someone else, and that's just not right. You just jumping from because you're gonna wind up scarring the next person. Hurt people hurt people. I know that's a cliche, but it's a true thing. And you got to find time to heal yourself and make sure you're back at where you need to be in order to begin again. And how do that's one thing too, how do you determine, because I know the answer to this, how do you determine, how can you tell if you're in that position to where you feel like you're healed?
So you gonna put me on the spot?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask
Okay,
you because
all right. Okay, so I feel like it's so many areas to be healed from.
Right.
Some people have so many areas to be healed from.
right.
So it's hard to say that that a person is completely healed in all
Right.
areas.
Right.
You know,
Because you're always going to have a trigger. I mean,
yeah.
everybody has one. But I would say that the first step of healing, I'm just saying from my own experience, this is my opinion. My opinion is not fact, but it's my fact, my own self-truth. But I would say self-evaluation. You definitely want to evaluate yourself and see where you are in your healing, your own, where you are, period, once you get out of a relationship. You reliving that thing over and over again, that is a sign that you are not healed.
that's true.
Quit calling your girlfriend like, girl, do you know what he did? And your girlfriend is like, girl, that was 3 years ago. I'm gonna need for you to stop.
That is true.
So I think that might be, one indication that you don't need to be moving on until you self-evaluated and said, okay, I know that this happened to me. I know, yes, it did hurt, but I know this is a cliche too. Everything happens for a reason. What can I take out of this that's positive? What do I not want to take in my next relationship whenever I'm, going while I'm healing? This is what I don't want to take into my next relationship. This is what I got out of it. Thank you very much. I appreciate your services. Have a nice day. Have a nice life, because I'm sure they've already moved on to the next,
Well, when you're healed from that person, when you can talk to that person and not have any animosity and
Right.
just have all love for that person.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Well, if that person want to talk to you,
Well, I mean, even when you
When you
think
think
about
about
that
'em,
person,
yeah.
if you just like
Right.
genuinely wish,
Wish
that
them
person
well.
the best, yeah, wish them well, then you know that you're healed. That
And
you're-
see,
you're
and that's
forgiven.
another thing too. People they slang this word love around so much, and it's not it's just not something you just take and throw around, because love is when you can actually say, okay, I know we've been together for 20 years. I'm just saying, I'm just throwing a number out there, and it's not working out. I love you enough to let you go and be happy. Now that is love, because love doesn't hurt anybody in the process of anything. Now, when you have a problem, animosity, whatever, is when you saying, "Oh, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't."
You just said it.
Oh,
That's possessive.
yeah,
Love
it's
is not
it's
possessive.
not. It's not. Love is when you can love anybody, regardless if you're with them or if you're not or whatever else. So that's what I'm feeling right now. With the lights just went off.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, so what happened?
Is somebody possessive in here that wants us?
Was it something you said?
Was it something I said?
Exactly.
Do we need to go on a commercial break?
Okay. All right, so-
Well, while we waiting for the lights to come back on.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but anyhow, so while we wait for the lights to come back on, I was gonna say that love is just something that you just can't, you don't want to hurt anybody, regardless of however the situation leaves you. That's when you know that you really truly care about somebody. When you feel like you said, that possessive, you don't want to see them happy if they're not with you, or you can't move on, or y'all just always fussing and fighting, but you still want to stay right there, thinking that you're gonna miss something or lose something out of it or whatever else. I mean, you don't know. You might be putting up a wall for the right person to come to you or come to them, and that's just not, that's not fair, and that's you're wasting your time and their time. when you could be in a very good productive relationship with someone else that really cares about you, that want to see you grow, that want to see, you manifest everything that your little heart's desire, and because life is too short. We hit like 30s, 40s or whatever. We're halfway there. Shoot, tomorrow's not even promised to the 21-year-olds. So you want to make sure that you're, in a good position with someone that's going to have your back. And that's how I feel about that. And, a lot of people saying, well, they're not on my level with the, he doesn't have everything I want, like financially and all this stuff. Okay.
That's that image thing.
And
Oh my
again, that's the image
gosh.
thing. But I will say this, you don't want to be with somebody broke down, busted, and disgusted.
don't.
But if that person has potential and they are working on that potential and you're not having to force feed them to work on that potential, then I feel like that's a relationship that could possibly bloom. And that could actually be something very strong if you two work together. It doesn't matter about the income bracket when it comes to things like that. That's how I feel.
Absolutely.
But if you have somebody that has potential, they know they have potential, and they're just sitting on their potential, you need to go. You need to hurry up and run.
That's wasted potential.
It is wasted potential, and they're not going to do anything with it. I mean, what do you think about that?
I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
First of all, as a woman, you look for someone to lead you.
Yes, leaders.
Because, I don't want to operate in
You don't want
masculine
to.
energy.
Yeah, you don't want to wear the
I
pants
wanna
and the
get-
skirt. You want to
no.
sit back and say, "Hey, let me let my man handle that."
Absolutely.
And then, but the problem with that now is that you don't have a lot of men that were raised to know how to handle stuff like that. Now, you do have men that are raised by women, and we have to show them ropes because you don't have the father in the picture or whatever else. And then you have some women that don't need to have children. They need to hand them to daddy because you're tripping about you're not gonna see your baby this weekend because you didn't pay your child support. Okay, we ain't talking about those kind of women. Thank you, Jesus. Amen. Y'all get on my nerves with that foolishness. Let them children see their father. Because Luke, I am your father. No, I'm just playing. Y'all know I be saying random stuff. But anyway, I'm just saying that you don't have the male role models that you used to have 50 years ago, 40 years ago, where you could get the male figure out there to show, the son, this is how you lead. This is how you're supposed to treat your wife, your girlfriend, or whatever else. And they don't know. A lot of them don't know what to do. And then some of them, let's go as far as being incarcerated. That 10, 20 years, that counts because in their time is standing still, and out here it's still going. So they don't know what to do when they get out.
No, because it's like the next day.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So, I mean, and I can say that too. Like I was a daddy's girl, and my dad taught me, hey, this is how you handle your business when it comes to, your significant other. But the thing is that he was like, get a man that can lead. I'm like, where are you going to find him? And then, can you come back from the grave and let me know? But I'm like, okay, so I've been put in that position so long. It's like, please don't, when I meet the person that I'm with, I'm like, please don't put me in that position because that's your position. I want to fall back. I want to say, okay, you can wear the pants. I'm wear the skirt very well. I don't want to wear your pants. Don't force me in that position to take on that. Go out there and change the oil, get the oil change on the car. Don't let me go out here and you ain't check the tires on the car. Just simple things like that. And honestly, that's what we really want, the real strong woman. I feel like we want that. And we don't want to always have to be strong because I feel like, and I don't want to get too biblical, but I'm going to say this. Men, you are the head. We are the next. We help you turn. Okay?
Oh gosh, that was just in my head, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, the whole time you were
really right.
You were talking,
we're not built for that position. We're not built for
I
that
was
position.
created to be a helpmate.
Exactly.
I can help you. I can help you very well.
And see, that's the reason why the men are so much stronger than us because they are built to handle that role. We are not built to handle that role. We can handle it for a while, but eventually we're going to break. We're not going to bend. We're going to break because we're not built to handle that. They are.
We're incubators.
I like that.
period.
I like thank you.
So he has this idea, and we incubate that idea.
Exactly, and we
help
make it
him
grow.
make it
Right.
grow, and
Right.
we help him to produce it.
Exactly.
Exactly. Because
like
you know, we think the way that we think in mazes.
Yeah, and guys,
So
they
we think
tunnel
that-
vision.
We think like in mazes.
Yeah.
So you know, that's what I was created to do. be a
Right.
helpmate. And
And this is funny because my son, he said, Mom, why don't you get somebody on your level? This is not Bill a Man workshop. That's not what he said. He said Bill a workshop. But anyway, it's like every time you get a good dude, you're building him up and then it doesn't work out because he doesn't see his potential and you have to leave and then here he is, he goes to the next woman, then he's all la 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 with the next. I said, listen, son. For whatever reason, he was in my life for that particular reason, and then he had to move on. But I said, I promise you, Mama's not going to build another one unless we're building together. So that you know, it's crazy because if a teenager can see that,
absolutely.
why can't we do anything? What's really going on out here?
Because you know, I think that a lot of times we can want something to work out so
Yeah,
bad that
that's true.
you know we put blinders, we put
Yeah.
covers over our own eyes.
Yeah, I
versus
agree with
seeing-
that.
Yeah. Versus seeing
What it really
it
is.
really is,
Yeah,
you
I did
know.
that. I will say I've done that a few times.
I have to.
But I said, you know, it all stopped with me when I said, okay, you know what? All this energy, I hate when I say that, but all of this,
Wow, I love it.
I know, right? But it seems like, oh, the energy, oh my God, the
Everyone is
stars are
talking about
aligning. I know, right? But anyway, all of this, you know, building that I'm doing with somebody else, I'm going to put it in myself and I'm going to build myself. And that was the first time I actually seen so much growth in my own self, which, you know, I was already growing, but we all have, you know, we all need to self-evaluate. We're just going to put it like that. I'm not going to hit on that. we really need to all self-evaluate. And that was my wake-up call, my self-evaluations. Like I was putting all this time and energy and putting my dreams and my goals on the back burner while I helped build someone else's goals. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to take this time to work on me, self-evaluate, and I'm going to take all this energy, all this passion, all this, you know, work that I normally would take and all this material that I got from Lowe's and build up myself. I'm just going to build myself. And then that's when I really realized, like, hey, you know, I'm going to be a bombshell for somebody because whenever I get my millions, I'm bringing it all to the table. Y'all just don't know what I got. You don't
Like
know what you're
everything.
getting.
Everything.
Yeah, so you can be, you know, so the person can be really ready mentally, physically, financially, and spiritually whenever they meet their, you know, other half. So I think that's very important to work on yourself in all areas.
That's the best case. That's the
Yeah.
best state of that's the best state that you should be in.
Yeah,
When
it-
you, like seriously, I
Yeah,
just
it's a
really
continuous thing too.
yeah, because otherwise, you know, I think that you attract the wrong.
Of
people
course.
when
Oh,
you
yeah.
do that. Yeah, when you're not, you know, working on yourself, when
Right.
you don't have when you don't have yourself together, you know, completely, like
Right.
mentally. Well, I'm not gonna even say completely.
But,
Because
yeah.
we
Yeah.
never.
Okay.
We are always all a work in progress.
Of course, yeah.
But I mean, you know, at least if you're doing the work, I just feel like that, you know, you stand a better chance of attracting someone who's
Right.
doing work on themselves as well.
Right.
And, you know, you can always continue the journey together.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
And I felt what you were saying when you were like that, you know, you put a lot of times you put yourself on the back burner
Right.
for other people.
Right.
I've done that like
Yeah,
a lot.
so many times.
Yeah.
But that's the part of us being as women, as being nurturers too.
Nurturers,
And that's what we do. I mean, that's in our makeup. But then again, we have to come back to ourselves and be like, well, is this person investing in themselves as much as I want to invest in them, as much as I'm putting into them myself? And if they're not doing that, then it's, you know, it's
That's not the person
yeah,
for you.
it's definitely not a person for you. You get, you know, let them go on and be with somebody that doesn't mind being on that stagnated level and that's their person, you know. But if you're a person that's always on the grind, always driving, you know where you want to be next year, have a next level, you got a vision board, next goal, you know where you're going. Because I always said that I'm gonna be rich by the end of this year. I always say it, and I'm telling you, it's like I'm one step at a time. And I was like, you know, and I already know, look, whoever you are, no, I'm just playing. Because you know who you are.
I'm serious.
Yeah, oh, I know. And I've marked everything off my vision board but two things. And by the end of the year, I will have my boat. You gotta come on the boat with me, girl. You're gonna my house and my boat. I will have it. But
Oh, the house is coming. Really,
oh, I
really
know. Yes, I know. Thank
Really,
you.
really
Come again.
soon.
But yeah, I always said that yeah, I'm gonna be rich. I always visualize myself there, and that's another thing. You know, you are what you put into yourself. And what I mean by that is that if you sit there and watch violence all day and watching these I call it Debbie Downers all day, then that's what you're imparting in yourself, and that's what you're gonna give out. You're gonna give out that type of energy. But if you focus on positive affirmations, just making sure you're taking those negative things and you're trying to say, okay, no, not today. I'm gonna focus on this today, and let it be. Always try to stay positive. And then eventually those things are gonna start manifesting for you. And I'm speaking on this because from experience, from myself. And I already know whoever my husband is, thank you. I always said that my husband's gonna be in the industry. He's gonna be rich because I'm gonna be rich because we're gonna be rich together. I'm just saying. But
I stand in agreement with you.
he's so funny. But yeah, but back to just be yourself, but be positive in being yourself. Because one thing about me, my friends can always tell, and my associates and even people I work with, my children, I'm the same way all the time. This is what you see is what you get. I'm silly, but of course, whenever I'm in a business setting, I know how to handle my business. I'm, strictly to the point. But be yourself. Nobody can be better you. And like I was telling you on a break, how one time I used to pray. I was like, God, I don't want to be me. I'm so silly. I don't like how I am. People look at me crazy. Half of them probably think I'm on crack. But no, I'm just joking. Never. I played a crackhead in a movie, but definitely not ever touched a drug. But anyway, I was like, I don't want to be this way. I want to be like everybody else, so calm and so serious or whatever. And then God who's going to be you? Who's going to be bubbly? Who's going to be the life of the party when everything's all dull? Okay. I was like, okay, cool. Then I'll be me. I like who I am. And now today, I like who I am. This is how I'm going to be. And if you don't like it, keep it moving.
Well, you're definitely needed. That energy.
No, not the energy.
That word.
Not that energy.
Absolutely. So.
Well, thank you. Well, it was a pleasure having you on this show today.
Well, thank you for me.
Yes, yay. And yes, guys. So definitely I will tell you this lady, I'm telling you, this is the lady you want to know if you're trying to buy a house in the Atlanta area, in the Virgin Islands or Mexico, wherever you're trying to go. But guys, get in contact with Dana. And if you want more information about her, I have her on speed dial. So you can always contact me here on the show, or you can call me at my 833 number, and that will be on the bottom as well. I will attach a link to where you can contact me, and also you can reach me on Instagram. It's Angela Nuebo. That's Angela Nuebo, Nwaebo on Instagram. Follow me, guys. And if you tuned in last week, I was giving away $50, and I am still doing that. The first, let's see, I think it was the 17th caller. Not the 17th caller, I'm sorry. The 17th person that inboxed me, Hoochie Daddy Shorts in the inbox. You should have seen last week. Yeah, last week, Hoochie Daddy Shorts. Oh my God, it was so funny. I didn't know what a Hoochie Daddy Short was.
So what is it this week, then?
This week was us.
No, what I'm saying, how would they be able to get?
Oh, you have to go to my Instagram, and then you will have to inbox me, Hoochie Daddy Shorts. And you have to be the 17th person to inbox me, Hoochie Daddy Shorts.
Oh, okay.
You have to put that in the inbox.
Okay, gotcha.
The last
So
guest,
I'm thinking like they had to send you a picture.
Oh no,
of them
God!
in Hoochie Daddy
Oh no,
shorts?
no,
Oh, okay.
no.
So,
If you do that, you are banned. I'm going to block you on my Instagram. Do not do that. Anyhow, all right, guys. Well, it was a pleasure having y'all tonight. See you next week at 8 o'clock on the New Abo Show. Oh, Courtney. And the lights come back on.
Say all of a sudden.
We really went over 2 minutes. Can we get the play out, the New Abo Show play out song, please? So I can get my new.